Right, good morning, students, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this. And welcome to week 4 of creative writing. This week, our plan is pretty simple. We are essentially taking a pause from the genre studies that we've been doing, and we're going to devote a week towards kind of some self-reflection and some writing reflection. We're going to look back on the 2 trial writes, or actually one of the 2 trial writes that you've completed, and we're just going to take some time to review the work you've done, generate some feedback, and then make a revision to one of them. So it's a very simple week, but there's actually 2 assignments with it. You get graded 2 times this week, and I'll walk you through everything that we have going on in the Moodle page and for your work. So start here. As always, this week video is, the week 4 video is your ticket to understanding the content for the week. I'm not going to teach anything, but I just want you to know what you're getting into this week. So first and foremost, read step 1. I've got a page that just tells you this is what we're doing this week, and this is why we're doing it. Very, very simple. It'll take you 5 seconds to read. But then the second thing I'm going to have you do is an assigned reading. You haven't done a whole lot of assigned reading in here, but in this particular week, I want you to read this article that I wrote. It's called How to Clean a Kitchen. It's not about cleaning a kitchen, though. It's about writing. And I, just for full disclosure, one of the reasons I initially struggled with creative writing was my mindset towards revision. And I kind of am going to talk about that mindset in this piece, so I won't give it away, but sorry, typo. But I want you to just read this article that I wrote. I wrote it for this course as content, like in a way, think of this as replacing a video, because I wrote this article really with the intent of helping you guys think about editing and revision as a writing mindset, not just as like this menial task to do after you finish writing. The story is true, 100% true. I was the kind of guy that when I would write something, I would belabor over the first draft to such an extent that once I finished my first draft, I didn't want to do a second draft. My rough draft was my final draft. I spent hours making it perfect. Like, there's no need for final drafting or drafting at all. What I wrote was what I wanted to write. And this professor of mine really kind of interjected this mindset of me and just kind of said, listen, you aren't writing right. You are putting way too much pressure on yourself to do it right the first time. And as your assignments get bigger, you can't do that. You need to learn to just write and then go back and edit it when you're done. Go back and revise it when you're done. But you're never going to make it if you have this mindset that your writing needs to be perfect the first time. And so from then on, I've done research on writer's block and a reflection on my own writing process. And then really what I want to lead you guys is when you write, you should do the dishes after you cook, not while you cook. If you do the dishes while you cook, you're going to make sure you're not going to get through the meal. It's going to get cold. But you should edit and revise your papers at the end of your writing process, not as you go, but also as you're writing, you should be free. You shouldn't be bogged down with all the details while you write. So anyway, I got 3 tips. And just as a comment as well, my class is structured with with this mindset in. That's why the trial writes are trial writes. You're supposed to just knock them out. You're not supposed to belabor over them and make them perfect. We're doing that later, right? So this whole writing class is structured in a way to force you to clean your kitchen after you cook. That'll make a lot more sense once you read this article. But yeah, I've structured the whole class so that you cannot really get away with doing the dishes while you cook in this course. It just isn't built that way. So that's the content. But then here's what you're going to do. Here's your assignments. Pick a trial right. Pick one trial right. Okay? Pick the one you like the most would be my recommendation. It can be either modern fiction or fantasy. Certainly do not pick both. That'll be way too much work. I want you to pick one. Pick the one that you think has the most potential to be a really good piece of writing down the road. And then you're going to complete this self-review assignment. Later, it's going to be a peer review, not a self-review. But for the first one, I wanted us to do self-review. And the self-review assignment, you're going to pick your piece of writing, and then you're going to edit a document. It's called a revision matrix. Again, Microsoft Word is just letting me down right now. It needs to be like this. What in the world, Microsoft Word? Ugh, I hate it when it's on 2 pages. Ugh, Microsoft Word is killing me. It's supposed to look like this. I'm going to get it updated so that everything's on 1 page. But anyway, this is called a review matrix. And the idea of it being you're looking at kind of 4 segments of your writing independently. So read your trial right on your own, and then go through this and list 3 strengths of your trial right, 3 weaknesses of your trial right. Any grammatical mistakes that you see, you can highlight them in the document, or you can list them here. You're going to fix them. And then your favorite quote from your trial right. And when I say quote, I don't just mean dialogue. I just mean anything that you wrote that you're proud of. Like, what's the paragraph you're most proud of, or the 3 sentences that you're most proud of, right? That's what I want. Does that make sense? So, yeah, so strengths, weaknesses, grammatical mistakes, favorite quote, and you're going to go through your own piece of writing and give yourself this feedback. You're going to submit this document to me, okay? This needs to be filled out with 3 strengths, 3 weaknesses. Go through and list your grammatical mistakes, or just highlight them in your document. I don't care. So this one you could just literally write in document, right, if you want to. But then I better see that you've changed them in your next assignment. And then your favorite quote, right? What's your favorite quote from your writing? Your favorite paragraph, your favorite sentence, something you're really proud of. And then you will submit this here. Submit. Okay? And that's step 1 of your actual assignments this week. Step 2 is to actually go into your trial right and make some changes based off of your self-review. So you go in, you reopen your trial right document, and you keep your strengths, don't change those, but you have 3 weaknesses that you point out. Well, make those not a weakness anymore. If you write that my character development is weak, make your characters better. If you say that my setting development is weak, make your setting better. If you say I don't use dialogue, instead I have inline speaking, which never do that. You need to have dialogue quotes. Then fix that, right? There's a lot of different things that you can pull out and say, oof, this is what I need to fix, and then fix it. Grammatical mistakes, fix them, right? This should be polished. This should be clean. I don't really want all of the typos this time. I don't want all the grammatical errors this time. If I gave you feedback on your trial right and it says that you changed your verb tense or you changed your point of view, you need to fix that. That's a grammatical mistake. I know a few of you, I literally gave the feedback, you start in present tense and then you switch to past tense writing at some point. You need to stick to a single verb tense. Now, if you're like, I don't even know how to do this, I don't know grammar well enough, that's tricky, for sure. I think you're going to probably need to have someone else look at it at that point. If you don't feel like you have the skills to do your own grammar editing, you're going to need to grab someone to edit it for you on a grammatical level. I'm happy to do that if it's early in the week. If it's Saturday and you say, hey, can you edit my paper for me? I'm not going to do it Saturday. I have plans. I can't do it Sunday night before it's due. If you see this and watch this video and it's Tuesday or Wednesday and you're like, hey, can you edit my paper for me? I'm happy to do that. But editing papers takes a while, right? It doesn't just happen. You have to take time to do it. And so if you're just throwing this at me on a Saturday, I'm not going to be able to do it. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully you can edit your papers yourself though, like your college level students. Hopefully you can look at your paper and find grammatical errors. That's my hope. And then of course your favorite quote part, don't change that at all. So really the only things you're changing are the 3 weaknesses that you perceive and then your grammar. Okay, so you're going to make weaknesses, get rid of those weaknesses, make them strengths, make them neutral, right? Make them better so they're not weaknesses anymore. And then grammatical mistakes, typos, misspellings, verb tenses, point of view changes, all of that. So you're going to polish it. You're going to make it beautiful, and then you're going to turn it in right here. So quick points. Let me address that. The feedback or a review matrix, the self-review assignment, this is worth 20 points, I believe. Let me look and double check. 20 points, yep. And that's just 5 for each section completed. And then it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And if you don't complete a section, I take some points off. I don't really have a rubric for that. And then the editing is actually kind of a completion score. All your trial write work's been completion score so far. But when I say completion, this time, if you've got like a grammatical mistake, I'm going to take points off. The very first time you did your trial writes, I didn't take points off for grammar. It literally is a pure completion score. Did you do it or not? 25 points. Now on this revision, I am going to, if you have a weakness in your matrix that you don't try to fix, I'm going to take points off. If you have grammatical mistakes, I'm going to take points off, right? So at this point, this is a draft that I want to be clean and less perceived weaknesses in it. So that's kind of the way this assignment is going to work, is you're really cleaning up a trial write. You're making it final draft worthy, okay? So that's the goal here. You're not adding anything to it though. If you want to add to it, eventually we're going to do an assignment down week in December. These last, well actually it'll be November. These last 3 weeks we're doing an assignment called the Creative Writing Project, where you're going to pick one of your trial writes and turn it into you're going to finish it and make it clean. So yeah, that's your assignment for the week, or your 2 assignments for the week. Hope this makes sense. Reach out if you need me, and reach out early in the week preferably, because sometimes this stuff takes time. So you need to get started early would be my recommendation. Okay, that's my video for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need help. See ya.